Riok,
Yes.
what are some Essassani methods for awakening to non-duality?
All right. Well, the idea is that you are all unified by the heart center. Understanding that the heart center can connect you with all sentient and living things within your reality. Understand that even what you consider to be plants in that way have their own energetic heart center. So by sinking into the heart awareness, you are beginning to unify with what is known as the web of life that many of your ancestral teachings talk about. The idea is the web of life is that force that unifies all seemingly separate forms of life as one entity, one consciousness, one being. The idea is that the heart center is the most direct access point that you have to what is historically in your world called the web of life. When you focus on the heartbeat, it can tune you in to that web, to that field of connection, because as you already know, your heart beats pulse an electrical field around you, which in many ways conveys information in a form of communication between your heart and all other hearts. In that way, it is known that your hearts are always having conversations with one another. This is one of the easiest ways you can begin to dial into the knowingness that you are always connected, by being aware of your heart center, and then when you are around others, to become aware of your heartbeat interacting with theirs. When you speak to individuals, speak to their heart. When you look at individuals, imagine you're looking past the surface level of their skin and you're looking into their heart. And you're addressing them and interacting with them from that level, because that is how our society interacts with all of you. When we are speaking to you in that way, we are speaking directly to your heart. In that way, we are also able to always reflect your own higher self, because again, your heart acts as an access point to your own higher self. So by our society interacting with you on the heart level, we are also able to bring in your own higher self energy into the conversation as well.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, we think so as well. Yes.
What about when we're interacting with non-sentient things? They don't have any form of a heart, or do you have any direction on what to connect with there?
Are you referring to things like what you call inanimate objects?
I guess. Is there anything else that is not sentient other than that?
Typically, what you alter that is from your own earth in many ways has less degrees of sentience than more naturalistic objects that are more organic to your earth. For example, even when you are interacting with what you call a rock or a mineral, the idea is that this has a level of sentience to it. You would understand the rock or mineral to be an extension of a macro being that is in many ways another extension of your Earth's consciousness, a first dimensional aspect of Earth consciousness. That in many ways is linked to the Earth heart, you could say. So even when you are interacting with objects that you would consider to be natural but not quite sentient, there are degrees of sentience to it, but the idea is that the majority of that being's consciousness are actually located within the planet itself. When you are interacting with objects that have been in many ways manipulated beyond their natural state, such as what you call plastics or what you call different synthetic materials, the idea is that they still have a heart, but again, it is linked to that way, the planetary heart, the Earth heart, because they are in that ways alterations of your natural world. Therefore, they are extensions in that way of your natural world. They are simply altered. What we would recommend is when you are interacting with these objects, imagine the same type of exercise we have described of your heart field connecting to all other hearts, but become aware as to how these objects are connected to your Earth heart, your Earth center. That will allow for you, again, to bring even the inanimate objects into that heart-based level of awareness, thus strengthening the awareness of the natural non-dual perspective of existence.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks. Thank you.